What is up, guys? DZ here, and today I wanted to update Crystal Beasts. I'm constantly updating this deck because anytime that I find like an accidental synergy with a newer archetype, I just want to combine it just because I love Crystal Beasts. I think they're a lot of fun. This build is actually pretty different in a lot of different ways from what I've sort of shown in the past, so that'll be interesting. But anyway, yeah, here is Crystal Beast Metalfoes. So we're going to be playing 3 Pegasus, obviously, the only good Crystal Beast monster. 2 Topaz Tiger, and an Eagle. Yeah, Eagles, like, none of these cards really matter because you're using them for rank 4 fodder. But Eagle can be used for Lightning Chidori, and Lightning Chidori is actually pretty good right now. So I would say that it's important to play over the 3rd Topaz Tiger. And then probably the biggest difference between this deck and the last versions I've ever shown is that this is probably like the first profile I've ever played 3 Ruby Carbuncle. I always say this card isn't very good just because it has no synergy with anything. Low attack score, level 3 is super awkward. The only good thing about it is its effect, which is admittedly really good, but drawing it kind of sucks. But with the Metalfoes, it's actually pretty playable. You can Pendulum Summon it from your hand. Then you can make a rank 3 with it, with multiple copies, or with the Metalfoes level 3. So actually Ruby Carbuncle works pretty well in this particular deck. You want to see it a lot of different times, but mainly just because you can get them all out of your hand if you draw multiples, makes it worth playing 3. For the Metalfoes, we're just playing 3 of all of them. So 3 of the level 3, 3 level 4, level 7, level 2. This guy is pretty bad. I was going to play just 2 copies of him, but you need all your scales, honestly. And that's it for the monsters. Pretty straightforward, just the best Crystal Beasts that we can play, and then all the Metalfoes we can play. For the spells, 2 Rainbow Ruins. This deck really isn't trying to set up a big back row of Crystal Beasts. 2 to 3 is usually fine, but you're not getting 4 to 5 because you're setting stuff with Metalfoes. So hitting the big effects of this is like nearly impossible, so you don't really need any more than 2. You don't really need any terraformings or anything. We're also playing 3 Beacon. This is like super easy to trigger in this deck. So yeah, the main combos are that you're popping the Crystal Beast monsters with Metalfoes, either to get 2 searches out of 1 card, or to set up your Crystal Beast plays. So yeah, there's always Crystal Beast in your back row, basically. With 3 Promise, 1 Blessing, and then 2 kind of combo cards that this deck uses are Crystal Tree and Crystal Release. So they both do similar things in this deck. Crystal Tree is good for comboing with Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus, but Crystal Release is better if you don't have Pegasus and you have like another one. I don't know. It's good. So basically, you're just like popping this card to set a Metalfoe spell or trap card, and then you search a Crystal Beast. Well, I guess you're not like searching it; you're just placing it in the spell and trap card zone. Then Tree is like really good with Pegasus. If you open Pegasus Tree and a Metalfoe, you can summon Pegasus, put a Pegasus in the back row. Crystal Tree gets a counter. Metalfoe to pop the monster Pegasus, set a Metalfoe spells and traps, send Crystal Tree to the graveyard to put 2 more Crystal Beast monsters. So then you'll have 4 Crystal Beast monsters and 1 Metalfoe spell or trap. So that's pretty cool. It's just like a lot of momentum, which is kind of what this deck needs. We're playing 1 rare value as well. This is like the only deck that I really wouldn't play Desires in. You actually just like can't banish any of your Pegasuses, or Pegasi. I don't know which one it is, but you can't really banish any of your Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus because they're like the only good monsters. Like if you banish even like one of them, it just like totally throws you for a loop. So unfortunately, you like really can't get away with playing Desires in this deck. 1 Metalfoes Fusion, obviously not 2. To kind of make up for Desires, we're playing 2 Pot of Dichotomy. Obviously not as good in a lot of different ways, but it is cool because you can recycle your Metalfoes that you're using for Exceed summons. You can recycle your Crystal Beast monsters. Pretty much everything in this deck is a different type, so Dichotomy goes off pretty easily. That's it for the spells. For the traps, we're looking at 3 Metalfoes counter, no combination. That card's kind of bad. Then 1 Bottomless because we're playing a Rafflesia. We need some kind of defensive play turn 1. For the extra deck, it's kind of all over the place here. We're playing 1 of each of the Metalfoes fusions that are available right now. You really don't go into this guy very often, so it's kind of like a weird situation where Most of the time you're making this guy or this guy, and the only reason I'm playing the huge guy instead of 2 of the level 5s is just because there's like times where you like actually just have like too many monsters on the board, and you want to like get rid of them to like free up spaces for like a beacon or for like a pendulum summon or something. So this guy just like clears your board by getting rid of 3 monsters, maybe getting rid of like carbuncles that are just lonely or something. Especially if you have like 1 carbuncle and then like 1 of the Metalfoe level 2 guy and then like a level 4, and you just want to like get him off the board to like free up your spaces when you can't exceed someone with any of them. He's good for that, so that's why we're playing each of those. We're also playing 2 copies of Breaksword. We have 6 level 3s. Breaksword's really just like the only rank 3 you would make in this deck. You can pop a lot of different things, so it combos with a lot of things. So yeah, I like Breaksword. We're playing the Utopia package, obviously, so a Lightning and a regular Utopia. Diamond Direwolf, still good for popping itself, but also good for popping Crystal Beast monsters. 1 Giant Hand, 1 Emerald, 1 Dweller, 1 Castel, 1 Chidori. I think playing like 1 Castel is still important, not just playing 2 Chidoris. Castel really gets rid of like pendulum scales and stuff, which is really important. Sometimes you just need to like spin stuff back to the deck, not put it on top. So that's why those 2 are there. Then the 1 Rafflesia, like I mentioned. And lastly, just 1 number 11 Big Eye. I kind of played around with Dragosack because you can like pop the tokens and stuff. But Big Eye just is more impactful. Really, that's what it comes down to. It's just something that you summon and outs like the hard to out fields. But anyway, this deck's a lot of fun. I played it on stream twice over the past week and kind of developed it to where it is now. It was a little bit different at the start, but yeah, it's definitely fun. And once you get into the mid game, you have like a lot of options. I mean, you have like lots of crystal beasts that are crystallized. You have Metalfoes in the extra deck. You have like counters in the graveyard. You just have like a lot of actions you can do. It doesn't have like a great early game and no like broken first turn fields, but there's a lot of like intricate combos that you really need to make full use out of your Metalfoes, your pendulum summoning, and your crystal beast monsters. And it was a lot of fun to play. So I just want to show you guys a list and see you guys later. Bye.